There's a few things that I want to share about our faith, about things that I've been hearing lately, and to understand the actual real truth. This is Soul Service Sunday with SOLia. I'm here to bring truth from the divine, understanding for love, for more soul love, loving our souls more, for self-compassion, for making a better humanity, a better, happy human family, the way we were meant to be. I want to talk about what does supernatural mean, supernatural healing, things that we see that seem like miracles or like faith healing, things like this. And what does Holy Spirit mean? What is Holy Spirit energy? What is energy in the way they are the same? And also the disbelief from so many that are actually in religion. They go to church every week. They go to Bible study multiple times a week. They go to church every Sunday. And they're living and breathing by the Bible and by their religion, but yet they're still in disbelief. And I have this book, one book that I happened to find in one of the little libraries. This one I believe I found when I was in Bowling Green, Ohio. This was probably a few years ago, maybe when I was starting my journey. So a lot of times you will get messages from the divine, from God, from source, from your higher self, from grabbing a little book, open up one of these little libraries, and you'll see there's a book in there with a message for you. And another way that you can get messages are by just opening up to a book, opening up to any book, open the Bible, open a poetry book, go into a library, go into a bookstore. What book pops out to you? When you're walking through, what book do you see? So that's another thing. And then open the book and see what page do you open to and where does your eye go? And there may just be a message for you. So I did this with this book the other day. And the section where my eye went to was that Jesus touched ordinary believers with greatness, filling them with his miraculous power to spread the gospel. And it says, about how when we are filled with Holy Spirit, it's often linked to a consequence. So the consequence of being filled with Holy Spirit or energy, life force energy, prana, chi, life force energy, is the Holy Spirit of God, the divine, of life force energy flowing through us. And when that is flowing through us, when we are filled with the Holy Spirit, you can call it, if you're religious, you'll say being filled with the Holy Spirit. People that are spiritual energy workers say our energy is flowing through us. I got distracted. So when that happens, when this Holy Spirit, this energy is flowing through us, we are able to do what we normally may not be able to do. This is why I speak about how when our energy centers are open, our energy can flow, our Holy Spirit can flow. We have the divine working through us, and we can be a divine channel for messages, and we can be our true, authentic self with our voice activated open. We have messages that come through us as a clear channel. So when this book here is taught, which is the prayer of Jabez, is talking about how when they were filled with the Holy Spirit, that is why miracles were able to occur and mass conversions were able to follow. So as I looked back to the page before, someone else had already underlined his hand, his spirit. Here it says, you tell him, Father, please do this in me because I cannot do it alone. So many of us, we're going through our life alone. We're not realizing the power that is held within us if we just connect to this and we allow the Holy Spirit to flow through us. The energy is blocked. In humans, most of us, it's blocked. So we don't get to feel the fullness of the Holy Spirit flowing through us. And a lot of it is because our hearts are blocked. So we don't have belief. People that are literally going to church every week, they do not believe. I know because I get divine messages to me, and I know that we can make a better world. We have the power of the Holy Spirit within us. And Jesus said, like it says here, it says, God carried me. God gave me the words, gave me the power, and it is wonderful. And I had a spiritual awakening, and I can tell you, it is wonderful. I know what it feels like to feel closed down, to have my energy blocked, to not have my heart open, to not have the feeling of the Holy Spirit flowing through me. I know what it feels like to not have the love inside of me flowing. And I know what it feels like to basically miraculously, what feels miraculously overnight, have the shift to an open heart and the energy, the Holy Spirit flowing through me. And I know that there is the ability to have heaven. I got distracted again. So I know the difference. I know what it feels like to be living your whole life in religion, but not understand what it feels like to have the Holy Spirit flowing through you, or the energy flowing through you. I'm just going to paraphrase so different parts of this. It talks about how, tragic as it sounds, the hand of the Lord, or the hand of the divine of God, is seldom experienced by even mature Christians, so that they miss it, and they don't even ask for it because they don't even realize it's possible. They hardly know it exists, it says. They think of it as something reserved for prophets, apostles, but it's not for them. This is what I'm always trying to share. This is for us. Jesus wouldn't have said that you will do more greater things than I. He would not have said, go and spread the word through the whole earth, if he didn't know that we had the power within us. We have the power, we call it supernatural. That's the other thing I try to say. People are afraid of words like the supernatural. They're afraid of the word miracle. They're afraid of things that are outside of all we know. But Jesus knew, and miracles were formed, and it's something that is possible. And I see miracles for 4 years. I see miracle after miracle, healing people, animals, healing. My life experiencing miracles every day. It is true, and it is possible, and that is why Jesus talked about it, and people don't understand. You can go to church every week. You can go to as many Bible studies. This little girl gets up at 4:30 in the morning to study the Bible. But do we realize miracles are possible? So then there's people who have tried doing things, and then they feel like they have failure, and they just are like, I went off the wrong track. I've done something wrong, and they just leave their belief. It says Jabez was so certain that God's hand was upon him, and it was necessary for blessing, and he couldn't imagine a life of honor without it. And I can tell you, when I go through my life, I'm always trying to follow my faith, follow the belief. And you have to do this over and over and over in this world, because this world will try to make you believe the darkness will try to prey on us and make us stay in fear, trapped away from our belief. And our belief is what is making the reality of our life, what we believe, what we have faith in. Doesn't the Bible say without faith, works is dead? Like, if you don't believe it, you can do whatever, but if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. We have to believe, and then we will see the miracle. So when I'm talking to my friend about how we can change the world, Jesus said we will reach the whole world, preach and spread over the whole world. So if Jesus said it, is that not going to happen? Do you not, ye of little faith? Is it not going to happen? And I believe, I have seen from God that we can bring back a better world. Each one of us, by changing us, can help change others, and we can help make a better world. We can bring the world back to paradise, back to what we lost. And there's more to this than what we believe. There's more to this than what we know. So having the hand of God on us is the power and presence of God, of the divine, of source energy in our lives. And when Jesus said, go and make disciples of all the nations, so basically we're helping spread the light, helping spread the love. And he said, I am with you always, and he is. So we can have Christ in us. We have that consciousness, that love consciousness, the unconditional love. And wasn't just Jesus. There was others like him. It's the consciousness of love, and we can spread this everywhere we go, to our family, it spreads to our friends. When our kids go to school, they spread the love there, instead of spreading hate, instead of spreading division. So we are supernatural. We have this ability. Miracles are the truth. We can heal. We can heal ourselves. We can heal others. This is the truth. We can do the miracles that Jesus did, and we can do it on a greater scale. If each one of us takes part in healing ourselves, loving, that love will spread, and we can make a better world. This is the whole point of what we're here to do, of what we're supposed to do. So when humans tell us it's impossible, they tell us that's not possible. That's not true. It is possible, and we must believe.